recorded this 3 times. Well, started the recording. I am overtired. I don't even know what I'm doing with my life anymore. What is going on, everybody? I have so many questions. I just have so many thoughts that are going on in my mind all the time, and I feel like this was not the way to start a video, but we're Fanny. We're not good at this. We're just going to roll with it, and I hope you guys are okay with that. I hope you guys are all doing well. I do have a couple of questions before we jump into things. So, what kind of Pokemon cards do you buy? What Pokemon products do you buy? Do you just buy singles? Like, are you just focusing on singles? Or do you buy seal product? And if you do buy seal product, do you even buy collection boxes anymore? Or tins or anything like that? If you go, like, do you go to the store? Do you go to the big box store and buy Pokemon cards from Target, from Best Buy, from Walmart, from any of those places? It's just so difficult right now because there's just so much fluff in there. And we've talked so many times about getting value back and really what you spend, wanting to get as much value back as possible. You want the value to add up to what you're spending. So this is the new Umbreon EX Premium Collection Box. This comes out, I think, tomorrow. I think on Friday. I didn't even look at the release date. I think it's tomorrow. But you get this cool Umbreon EX. Umbreon is a cool Pokemon. I have no problem with Umbreon. And you get 6 packs. I'm not even going to open this. Honestly, I'm not going to open this. You get 6 packs inside. It looks like a couple of Temporal Forces. Looks like maybe, I don't even know what's in here. Paradox Rift, it looks like. A couple of Paradox Rift. Maybe it looks like Obsidian Flames. Honestly, like, it's really not worth opening because the value isn't in this box. So when you go out and you're buying Pokemon cards, are you just focusing on singles now? Because then you're basically guaranteed to get at least the market value back in return. Now, obviously, we have ebbs and flows in the Pokemon market every single day. Look at what's happening with alternate arts right now, and who's to say, who knows how long that is going to last, or if, I mean, one would assume they're going to come back down because Pokemon is so cyclical and we have ups and downs all over the place. But the Celebi alternate art going up like crazy, the Machamp alternate art going up like crazy, a lot of these Sword and Shield era sets going up like crazy. And somebody in our stream yesterday asked, hey Fanny, I want to open up some Chilling Reign. Is it worth to open up Chilling Reign? I do think you have to be careful when it comes to spending money on Pokemon cards, and I always advise you to buy singles because I think singles is really the best route. Like, you should open up cards if you want to have some fun and if you enjoy opening up cards, but don't ever do it above MSRP. Like, you want to make sure that you find the best deals. Like, for an Umbreon EX Premium Collection, assuming these hit the shelves and assuming a lot of online storefronts sell these for, you know, basically wholesale cost, then it might be fun to open up a little bit here and there. There's a lot of, like, good deals right now with the Scarlet and Violet era, the Scarlet and Violet block, and that's why when we talked about pivoting the other week and maybe adjusting what you're doing, paying attention to some of the Scarlet and Violet sets, because there is so many great special illustration rares. Granted, pull rates got tougher as you move on, but still in Scarlet and Violet base, you still have the Miriam, and you still have the Gardevoir, which don't have a ton of value, but they're still really cool cards, and you still have Paldea Evolve, which is relatively cheap, and Obsidian Flames if you want to hunt some Charizards, which are fairly easy to pull in Obsidian Flames, Paradox Rift, Temporal Force. Like, there's still a lot of good artworks out there, and if you want to pivot and open up some cheaper packs, but when it comes to Sword and Shield, you really want to make sure that when you're opening up packs, you're getting the value back in return. You're making sure that you're not overspending when it comes to buying, and there are still some products, there's actually quite a few products out there that still have value in it, or that have more value in it now than what they used to. We're going to talk about 2 of them in this video, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a presentation about what you'll get back and what you might want to look for when you're out and about, or even if you're looking online. So this is first of all, the Trainer's Toolkit. This one, I believe, is from 2022. So this one has the Lumini Envy in here, and we're going to talk about this one. There's cases out there of this product for fairly cheap pricing, and I know, Fanny, yeah, it comes with a bunch of bulk cards, and it does, but it also comes with 4 booster packs, including one of them being an Evolving Skies. So Evolving Skies selling for $10 a booster pack right now. If you can find these for $20, that basically brings down your cost to like $5 per booster pack, even less than that if you factor in the Lumini Vs, you factor in the other stuff that's in the box, that brings the value down a little bit, and it's worth opening where you're not overspending. There's a lot of other products out there that do have Evolving Skies. Target has those tins still available, the Divergent tins. There's still some of those available on Target's website. There's still a lot of V Heroes tins, V Powers tins, whatever they're called. There's still a lot of products out there. There's still the lunch boxes, not the chests, but the actual cardboard lunch boxes. Those had Evolving Skies in it. Somebody recommended yesterday the Professor Professor Juniper box, the milk carton that has 7 packs, all Sword and Shield era. So there was a ton of collection boxes and tins that went out and about, and while you might not see them anymore going to big box stores, because a lot of times now they're focusing on Scarlet and Violet sets, you can still find them online for fairly cheap pricing, giving you the opportunity to open up some Sword and Shield product at decent prices, where you're not going out and spending $170 or $160 on a box of Brilliant Stars or $200 on a box of Fusion Strike, because let's face it, that's just not worth it anymore. It's just not worth it. The likelihood of pulling that Gengar alternate art is just so small, and we'll talk about that in tomorrow's video. It's just not worth it. Another product we're going to go over briefly is this bad boy right here. This is the Charizard Premium Collection. We've talked about this so many times in the past, but this product is actually becoming more and more valuable as it ages. And yeah, we assumed that was going to happen, but going back and looking at how it's performing now with the contents inside is really important, because there are still a lot of good deals out there for this product. So I'm going to flip you guys around and stop rambling like crazy. So I do apologize for that. Like I said, I am a little bit tired, but we're going to blow through this fairly quickly because I know your time is precious. But starting off, here's the trainer's toolkit that we were just talking about before. So it's the purple outline. The most recent one, I believe, is the Arceus V-Star. The one before this, I think, is the one with the Dene. I think there's a 4th one that's coming out soon. But inside, really cool product, right? It's a nice little storage case for Pokemon cards if you want to put bulk in there, or maybe decks or anything like that. And then it comes with a lot of stuff to build decks. It has a brick of different cards that you can use to deck build, but it also comes with 4 booster packs, which is what we're really going to pay attention to. I think this MSRP on this is $29.99. Don't quote me on that, but I believe $29.99 is the MSRP on trainer toolkits, and you can see hovering well below MSRP over the past year. But this is the contents basically that you get inside. So you get 2 Lumineon Vs. Lumineon V is a very, very playable card. It's a staple in a lot of decks, and because of that, it's very close to bulk pricing, but a little bit better than bulk pricing. So you can get a couple dollars for each Lumineon V as far as value goes. So you have about $4 worth of value in just the Lumineon V. Your sleeves you can kind of bulk out for $1. The code cards in some of these toolkits and deck boxes sell for a little bit more. You can download maybe the Sell Pokemon Codes app or the Sell PTCG Codes app or whatever, and you can get $1 or so for a code when it comes to the trainer toolkit. So don't just waste those codes or anything. Don't just throw them away. Give them away to somebody who's going to use them, or you can sell them and get some value back on them. And then you have bulk. You have some double turbo energies, and not a lot of great bulk in there, but there's some bulk in there that has a little bit, and if you add it up, it adds to a few bucks. And then you have booster packs. So you have 1 Evolving Skies booster pack, which right now $9.94 for a booster pack of Evolving Skies. So you're looking out and about, Evolving Skies booster pack selling for about $10 on TCG Player, on eBay, wherever you look. It's absolutely crazy. Brilliant Stars booster packs are going up a little bit. Those are $3.56. So you get 1 of those as well. And then you get 2 Astral Radiance. Now Astral Radiance just came back in stock on the Pokemon Center website, which is very interesting. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother day, but very interesting to see. Astral Radiance, 2 of those booster packs total about $6.62. I think they sell for about $3.31 a piece. So your total value out of this trainer's toolkit is $29. Well, that's not bad when you consider the fact that you can buy them for $18.33. So I believe this listing on eBay, I think this is P Football Pete. P Football Pete always does a great job on eBay. There's been so many interviews with him. He's just a fantastic, cheap resource for buying new Pokemon cards. Very reliable, very, very strong on eBay, but he's selling cases of them for $109.44. That breaks down to $18.33 a piece. So even if you're ignoring the bulk right there, you are basically paying the new MSRP of $4.50 per pack for Evolving Skies, Brilliant Stars, and 2 Astral Radiance, which really isn't bad at all when you factor in the fact that you're going to be paying $10 for an Evolving Skies pack on its own, which really isn't bad at all. So $18.33, a really good deal on those. Definitely something that you can look around a little bit. I'm sure there's other deals out there. If you're somebody who likes going on the TikTok shop, you might find a coupon. You might find something even better. This was just kind of a quick peruse through eBay to see what they had available. So very good on that one. Then we're going to talk about the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection. This came out a couple of years ago, about a year and a half ago. It's crazy that it's been out for that long. But the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection was absolutely nuts. A couple of months before it released, we got wind of it. People were like, oh, we're going to scalp this thing like crazy. It didn't work out. It ended up printing an absolute ton of these. They were all over the place, so much so. This is the first time I remember Target putting out like pogs, like actual stands of these products at clearance or at discounted rates right away. They had so many of these products. Amazon, big box retailers were discounting this product right out of the gates because there were so many of them. So this is a $120 product that even a year and a half later, with Charizard all over it, is still not selling for MSRP. So you can see it is starting to climb quite a bit. This is a very, very great product for a lot of people long term, but it's expensive. So it's a lot to invest in from the get-go. You're looking at $111.17 is the current value of this product. $116.86 was its high point, which it hit about a month and a half ago. Its low point, $95.34 was a year ago, and it was actually lower than that prior to that. Now, obviously, you can find better deals if you buy by the case. I did not really look around for anything like that. This is a little bit harder to find a good case deal. There are some TikTok deals out there, but I don't really like pushing TikTok because I don't know a whole lot about the sellers on there. But you can see this is a case on TCG Player, which basically breaks it down to about $100 per box, $100 per Charizard Ultra Premium Collection, selling for about $401.43. Currently, that's the high point, the highest it's been over the past year. $384.25 is where it was about a year ago, but you can see consistent growth trending in the upward direction. Here's the products that you get inside and really starting to come down on the amount of available listings. So relatively flat over the past year. Here's the Charizard V alternate art. Now remember, this was in V-Star Universe, I believe, Charizard V, but in our set it was just in a collection box. We didn't have it in Crown Zenith or anything like that. 178 available copies. The market price on this card is $6.40 currently. It's been as high as $6.81, but for the most part, very flat over the past year, outside of February where it hit that one-year low of $4.44. The problem with TCG Player is it just goes all over the place because it kind of averages the sales together. So if there's a lot of single copies that were sold on one day, that's going to get skewed down versus if somebody bulked out a product of this where they sold maybe 50, 75 copies of it at $9 and somebody bought it, then it's going to raise up really quickly. So there is a little bit of skewed data when it comes to TCG Player. That's why it's not the only source that you should ever use, but gives you a good idea of what the interest level is, what the market price is for selling an individual card. Market price on this, $6.40. The Charizard V-Star starting to climb up a little bit, and if you really focus on the graph looking at October of 2023 moving on, it's definitely trending in the upward direction after going downhill quite a bit. So this was down to $8.15 in October of 2023. Now it started rising and had a brief little drop in February and then again in March. Now it's sitting at $11.07, which is still off of its one-year high of $11.37, but starting to trend in the upward direction. We haven't seen it go sub $9 for quite some time now, so we'll see how this continues performing. 134 copies listed right now, or 134 listings, not copies, listings available on TCG Player, so less than what we've seen in the past. And then the big one in the set is Charizard VMAX. You can see the amount of listings way lower for Charizard Vmax, and this is a very interesting thing to look at. Only 60 listings as opposed to the other two products, which shows you the demand for this product is much higher. This specific card, the demand for this one is significantly higher than the Charizard V and the Charizard V-Star, which is very interesting. At one point in time, this was selling for $16.89. That was in December. It did drop quite a bit, down to about $11, and then it started going back up a little bit. My assumption is there's a lot of storefronts that had quite a few of these lying around, and eventually they ended up just kind of cracking them. So that's why you see a bunch of fluctuations. Maybe they started selling off a lot of these copies. Maybe they just wanted to get the packs out because they had invoices to pay for, or whatever the case may be, because the value wasn't there in the actual Ultra Premium Collection. When you factor in the fact that a lot of companies paid $80, $90 for one Ultra Premium Collection, trying to sell it for $120, then you factor in $10, $15 for shipping of this bad boy, there was no margin. It almost made more sense for them just to crack it open and make better margins because shipping costs were going to be significantly cheaper. So starting to trend in the upward direction, but really the amount of listings is very interesting. Here's a snip on Amazon of how these move on Amazon, just to give you a feel for the demand for something like this. Totaling these three together, you get one of each of these in your Ultra Premium Collection. The total value, you're looking at about $52.23 on Amazon. You can see the Charizard V selling for $10, the Charizard V-Star selling for $14.25, and the Charizard VMAX selling for $28, which is much higher. Now, do these sell? Yeah, a little bit. Not as much as what you see from other like promo lots and things like that, but over 200 bought in the last month of the Charizard V, over 400 bought in the last month of the V-Star, and over 500 bought in the last month for the VMAX. So definitely trending in the upward direction. Here's the grading report though on these bad boys. This is absolutely nuts. 20,000 is the population for just about all of these. You can see the full art Charizard, 19,490. The Charizard VMAX, there's 20,557. 29. And then the Charizard V-Star, there's 22,137. That's really, really high. That's more than Umbreon Vmax. That's more than what you've seen from the Pikachu Van Gogh. Like, it's just crazy how many have been graded. However, worth noting, these are very tough to get a 10 on, because look at the pop report from PSA 10, only 5,282, so about 25% of them actually get a 10. The bulk of them are getting 9s, and that's really because of how they're placed in the package. They ruffle all over the place, they slide all over the place, and the corners get dinged, and it's very unfortunate. The PSA 10 pricing, however, not really selling for that much. You can see the V-Star selling for the most right now. That's $106.50. I just took the most recent completed listing with bids on it. $58 for the Charizard Vmax, $48 for the Charizard V. But if we look at the actual contents inside, so here are the contents that you get. All Sword and Shield era packs. Now, you have Darkness Ablaze and Vivid Voltage, which a lot of people are probably going to turn their heads at. Unfortunately, there's no alternate arts in there. There's not a whole lot of demand when it comes to opening up Darkness Ablaze and Vivid Voltage Pokemon cards, and I can't blame you for that at all. Vivid Voltage did have amazing rares, but those were very easy to pull, right? You got a few of them per booster box. We didn't know what it was going to be like until that set released, and we opened them up, and it tanked like crazy. Evolving Skies, you get 3 of those though, so that's very, very strong at $9.94. That adds up quick. Fusion Strike, $3.93. Brilliant Stars, $3.56. You get 3 of those. Astral Radiance, you get 3 of those at $3.31. And Lost Origin, you get 2 of those at $3.41. So your grand total when it comes to just the packs inside, you're looking at about $75.51 of value, which really isn't that bad. And it's very interesting to note that Evolving Skies booster packs, while you're going to be able to continue to find them right now for close to MSRP pricing, if you buy collection boxes, if you look at collection tins and things like that, there is going to be a time when you're not going to be able to find those anymore, and booster pack prices are going to go up to $15 a piece. Look at Hidden Fates. We've seen that before with really, really popular sets like Hidden Fates, for example. Now booster packs of Hidden Fates selling for $18, $19. And when you look at the products that have Hidden Fates in it, those collection boxes, collection tins, obviously much, much more expensive. So definitely, if you're looking at opening up Sword and Shield, if you're looking at opening up packs from Sword and Shield, you really want to go the route of kind of looking into some of these discounted products while they're still available, and then it makes it a little bit better, a little bit easier to open up some of those products, because the cost per pack, the value that you're getting is much, much better. So here's the grand total when you're looking at booster packs right now. The value in the Charizard UPC, $75.51. Last time we looked at this, it was $60.41, so it's up about $15, up about 25% from where it was, which is very strong. Ancillary products, we're talking about the coins, the code, the mat that you get inside, those sell for about $15 together. The promo cards that are in there, the 3 Charizards that you get, $34.66. It's about an $8 gain over where they were before, so about 30%. $26.01 is where they were the last time we looked at this. That means your total value for this is about $125.17, so a little bit above MSRP. Before it was at $101.42. You can still find these for around $100 if you look hard enough. If you look out there enough, you can still, like I said, if you buy them by the case, maybe you can find a decent deal, but they're getting harder and harder to find at that price point. So if you're somebody who doesn't really want to pay these astronomical prices for Umbreon Vmax, and you just want to have a little fun opening packs while you still have the opportunity to, definitely look at something like the Trainer's Toolkit, some of those tins that are out there, some of the different products that might have some of those Sword and Shield era packs. Now, obviously, Astral Radiance, Brilliant Stars, Lost Origin, a lot of Sword and Shield era booster packs. You can still find loose packs for fairly cheap pricing. So you don't have to worry too much about it, but don't go nuts opening packs chasing cards. Scarlet and Violet still has a lot of really good cards, a lot of really cool looking artworks at decent prices. So if you want to pivot and focus more on that, that is definitely something that I would recommend doing as well. But just ultimately try and enjoy the hobby as much as you can without focusing on all this nonsense, all this stuff going on where prices are just kind of exploding, blowing up. Now remember, it is a cyclical market. Things are going to go up and down, and who knows what's going to happen in the future with alternate arts, with Pokemon. So try and enjoy the hobby as much as you can while you're here. Thank you so much for taking the time to deal with my tiredness, deal with me rambling. Love you guys. I really appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow with another video. Until next time, peace!